What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of
Xtraversial.
xtraversial. I'm your host, DZ.
My name is Silver.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Episode 34.
34.
Yes, sir. Minute.
Okay. I'm hungry.
Why didn't you eat before the podcast?
I don't know. I want some Mr. Beast burger though.
Too bad we don't have in Puerto Rico.
What do you mean? Didn't he?
He lied.
I saw him on Instagram post like, "Hi, Mr. Beast burger is in Puerto Rico."
It was a lie.
Fuck.
Alright, guys, so we're just gonna jump right on it. Very random topic. There's not much really going on, at least with like topics we talk about here.
It's been silent.
There hasn't been much other than, Jake Paul losing the match. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I imagine just Twitter blowing up like, see, you couldn't handle
It's
a real
just like,
boxer.
oh my gosh.
How do you feel, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he can like bounce back, but it's like this was like his shot, I mean, even if he would have won, they probably would have, just kept talking, whatever. But, bam.
No. He paid his opponent to go easy on him.
It's like, oh, fight a real boxer. I just did. No, that's not just another boxer that I.
No.
And it's just an never-ending cycle.
Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. To all the people saying to fight a real boxer, I will fight each and one of the people saying I'm not a real boxer.
There's kids involved.
Come on.
Jeez.
I don't want this.
Yeah. But yeah, so about I don't know if it was January or December. Had to be January or maybe beginning of February.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it had to be like December, beginning of January. We all know Mr. Beast. We all know Mr. Beast Burger. So, Mr. Beast Burger, not much to explain what it is, but yeah, we just kept seeing how big this has become, and he's opened different like pop-up shops and whatnot. From what I was seeing, I thought he was like opening like actual stores for people to go to. And then one day, what was it? You told me that someone told you. Was it like that?
No, I was like scrolling around Instagram, and then all of a sudden I see like Mr. Beast sitting like in a cut down palm tree.
I thought someone told you about it.
No.
That's what I heard, and then I went on his
Instagram. I saw like, hey, we open in Puerto Rico, but then he never said where in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So he posted saying you can now eat Mr. Beast's burger in Puerto Rico. But it was just like a Photoshop, of him with like the
with no description saying that it's gonna be like a pop-up thing or anything.
Yeah.
Until
we
went on a little adventure to Condado, because that's where it was going on.
Well, we were searching on the internet, and that's what it said. It was like a street down in Condado, and we've been wanting to go, but we just couldn't find time to. And then one day we just randomly went like, let's go try to find it. But the thing is, during this whole time, I kept saying, I was like, it's so weird how I haven't seen anyone post about it here, or like, nothing, because Mr. Beast is well known here. But it was just so weird to me that I just wouldn't hear anybody talk about it. I don't know. And just no buzz around it. And I've driven past Condado and, not really looking for it, but trying to like looking around, and I just couldn't see it. And then when we went this day to go around, it was me, Silver, our friend Johnny, and Silver's girl, Nelly. We're going to go with another friend of ours, but I'm sorry, Freguito. He got a parking ticket.
Yeah. He was,
gosh. And he left. He was like pissed, and he left.
He was hungry. He told us like he wasn't, he didn't eat
Yeah. We hadn't eaten either.
Yeah.
I felt really bad. Um, but we started like, cause we parked right, and we started walking around, just trying to find it. And I was like, well, this is the street where it says it's supposed to be at, and we see nothing.
Until we were like
Yeah.
driving like by what we think it was where it was gonna be. And then I started screaming. No, you started screaming. Oh my god, Mr. Beast Burger! And then it wasn't that. It was like this new restaurant
That
or
was like a cookie shop, something
a
like that.
plug-in cookie thing, and it kind of looks familiar because of the color of Mr. Beast's
Yeah, the
logo.
logo was like very similar. That from afar, we're just like, oh my god, it's right there, but it wasn't it. Um, well, first we were driving around trying to find it so we can park nearby, but we couldn't find it. So I was like, I'm just gonna park here and we'll just walk around. And we just couldn't find it, and we just ended up going to random business owners and be like, hey, is there a Mr. Beast burger around here? And he was just like, the first guy was so confused. He was like, what? I was like, no. And I'm like, okay. And we're just looking around, and we go into this hotel, and we asked one of the
AC
people that
Hotel.
works there, and he had no idea. We had to explain to him what Mr. Beast was, and we showed him. He's like, nah, I haven't seen that. And he ended up recommending another burger place. Um, but
To
there,
which we didn't want to.
now we didn't go to that one, but there's another new burger place that I've seen before but hadn't eaten at. It's called Social Burger.
I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Maybe it was the type you had. I don't know. But I've always had my eye, and I always wanted to try it. But we're looking at Mr. Beast, but
Yeah, we couldn't find it.
we just couldn't find it. It was the strangest thing ever. And I was like, I knew it was so weird that nothing was being posted. And the thing is, Mr. Beast did that one post like, oh, you can now eat Mr. Beast burger in Puerto Rico. It didn't say like till when, you know.
It's just that. And right where we were about to give up, I started like reading an article about the Mr. Beast burger because it was gonna be like very close to the hotel that we were asking the person where it was, until I got to a little sentence that it's you can only order it on Uber Eats because it's a ghost kitchen.
Well, it said Uber Eats, or it wasn't Uber Eats, it was DoorDash. And the thing is, we're just so confused by it. We ended up eating a Social Burger and you know, just gave up on it. But it kind of always stuck to me. I was like, bro, I don't understand this. And then one day I'm just at home and I'm scrolling through YouTube and I see um something about this guy talking about Mr. Beast Burger. He's like, oh, the truth behind Mr. Beast Burger. And it wasn't like an exposing video. It was like him explaining how it works. And that's where the ghost kitchen concept comes in. And it made so much more sense now that I thought about it. So what Mr. Beast Burger is, and apparently he's not the first one to do it. There's a lot of celebrities that have been doing it. I think Tyga was doing it. Mariah Carey was doing it, and this became pretty popular during the pandemic. So, the ghost kitchen, basically, if you don't know, so Mr. Beast will go to like any random kitchen, like public kitchen, like a restaurant kitchen, a restaurant chain, and tell the owners, make a deal with the owners, hey, we'll pay you this amount of money if you can, make these burgers and deliver them, and that's where the whole DoorDash and Uber Eats comes in, and it makes so much more sense because he's opened apparently about 300 locations already, which in the time that he did it, it's not like regular people can do it. But now that it's with the ghost kitchen concept, it makes more sense. It's a lot easier, than opening actual stores, which the ones that he did open were just like for promo and they were limited time only. So you can only get Mr. Beast through DoorDash or something like that, basically.
Let me check on Uber Eats.
I checked, it's not there.
Really?
Yeah, because after that video, I sent it to these guys. I was like, this makes so much more sense. So I go to Uber Eats, nothing pops up. So, and I don't even use Uber Eats. I just have it as an emergency, but I never use it. You know, So I downloaded DoorDash just to check, and it didn't show up. And I went on the website, and supposedly it was like
No.
closed. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. I
We
mean,
have to interview Mr. Beast now.
yeah, it's just so strange. I would just like to understand the whole thing better, but the concept is really cool. Like, so basically, obviously, if you have money, you can just start like we could start xtraversial burger and just pay a few kitchens around the island to serve and deliver these burgers, and we don't have to um build stores, get leases, hire
Yeah,
employees,
you don't have
you
to
know.
waste a lot of money with the actual building
Yeah.
any whatever you see on a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, and the video is actually really good. So it's something. If I find it, I'll link it below. But it's something about like the truth behind Mr. Beast Burger, or just type in Mr. Beast Burger, you'll see it. But very interesting the concept. But honestly, I'm it's and I don't want to be like so hung up on about it, but I'm just so confused. Like it's the strangest thing ever. Like he just does this random Photoshop post. Oh, you can now eat Mr. Beast Burger in Puerto Rico, and
It's
just doesn't say details, doesn't say if it's limited. So since he didn't say like a limit date or anything, I thought, okay, it's gonna be a regular thing here, and nothing on Instagram, nothing on social media
it
by
was like
locals.
bad advertisement.
Y- I don't, I don't know really.
I mean, it was false. No, not bad advertisement. The advertisement was pretty good, but it was like false advertisement.
Well, I don't know. We'll never know. I don't think he would. He wouldn't go out of his way to make a post and just be like, "Hey, now you can eat this here." Like,
Oh, could it be that he had it like very scheduled? Like he has plans on building like an actual restaurant on the island, but he accidentally posted it. So he was like, "Oh, right,
no,
you
because
know,
the post is still there,
nobody
and he
messaged."
has a team. So
Maybe one of the teams accidentally posted it. He's like, "Oh well, shit."
no, that wouldn't make sense because I know he has fans here, and probably he would receive messages like, "Hey, what the frick," and he would address it or whatever. I don't know, but yeah.
Do
So
you think if I write to Mr. Beast about it, he'll tell me?
probably not, but you can try.
I'm gonna try.
Dear Mr. Beast. So let me try to find a Mr. Beast Burger Puerto Rico. See, and there's a news article in December. Mr. Beast Burger opens first ghost kitchen in Puerto Rico. So before having that here, it does not. Yeah, I don't.
Where's the burger?
Because I had heard of of the term ghost kitchen, but I hadn't, I didn't know it was like that. I thought it was different. But see, DoorDash, Mr. Beast Burger delivery menu, San Juan. Let me open it up.
Does it exist?
I don't want to download the app again. I deleted it.
No.
Shit. Are we gonna?
Shit.
You know what? I'm just gonna download it for the heck of it. We're downloading DoorDash.
Ain't showing up anything.
DoorDash. DoorDash. If you guys have tried Mr. Beast Burger, let us know. I feel
I feel like
I love Mr. Beast, but I feel like it might not be the biggest
Didn't he
thing.
say he's like a smash burger?
I guess.
So
I feel like it's those type of burgers, smash burger, burger social. Probably would have been. I mean, all these burger places are expensive, anyways.
really.
Buns is fire. If you guys are ever in Puerto Rico, you gotta
Yeah,
try
they're
Buns.
pretty good.
See, I already had it searched up. See, I searched Mr. Beast Burger, The Burger Shop, Waldo's Food Truck, Mr. Egg Roll, Sephora. What the heck?
You can eat makeup.
You can do. Damn, that burger shop looks good though. I don't know, but it made me think because it's actually not the first time it happens here because there's this artist here, local artist. His name's Eladio Carrion. You locals know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, so I remember for one of his concerts he did here, he released. So his whole just so Silver understands, his whole brand is Sauce Boys.
Sauce boys.
Yeah,
Sauce.
yeah.
How
See,
sauce?
see, he takes everything literal. Um.
Sauce.
Anyway, he
Sauce.
put out this thing before the concert,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like the Sauce Boys chicken sandwich, something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. And they ended up selling that chicken sandwich at the concert. I was like, this is really good. And then come to find out, there was, I think it was at a food truck in Santurce, where you had to order it from the DoorDash app
Mm-hmm.
to get it. So I'm like, so I started thinking about that because I forgot about that. It's like, oh, so it's kind of like that. So, yeah, technically, Mr. B's Burger isn't the first ghost kitchen in Puerto Rico, but yeah. And I think other artists have done the same, which is a very cool concept. When Eladio did it with this chicken sandwich, I thought that was amazing.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said they're selling it at the concert. It was really good.
Oh, you went to the. Oh, okay.
Of course I went. But yeah, I
Um,
went and they had the chicken sandwiches and I tried it. It was very
Well,
good.
and how did the sauce taste it?
Like Eladio.
Do you think it's just cum tainted
Jesus
in red?
Christ, Silver. Are you
Here's my
serious?
sauce.
Why would you talk about that here? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
What?
Why would you say that?
It's sauce, boys. So.
Bro, you're so disgusting.
Oh, did it taste good?
Yeah. Now that you said that, Jesus. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not sorry.
This is Silver.
Hi.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
Sauce boy. Ah.
Eladio, if you end up seeing this, I'm sorry.
Sauce boy.
Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways. Mr. Beast Burger, Puerto Rico, total mystery.
You will never
If
know.
anyone in Puerto Rico
Um,
knows about this, just let me know. 'Cause
I just hope
I've seen nothing.
Maybe in the future somebody like does like an interview. It's like,
Ghost Kitchen.
Ghost sponsor us. We love you. Fuck, what was I saying? Maybe in the future, maybe somebody will interview Mr. Beast and hey, were there occasions where you had to close a restaurant down due to some reason? If he mentions like Puerto Rico, it's gonna be like, oh, Mr. Beast Burger episode 2. No,
Right.
Mr. Beast Burger episode, the one that we were going.
Right.
Part 2
Right.
finale.
I mean, I'm planning to go to Florida soon for a few days, so I want to try to see if I can find one.
Does he have a Mr. Beast Burger mascot?
No. I mean, his logo is like is it a tiger or?
No, it's just a fat, juicy burger.
I'm talking about Mr. Beast's logo. But yeah, Mr. Beast
It's
Burger.
like a bobcat.
Mr. Beast Burger logo. Yeah, it's a burger. Oh, and in Condado, I saw this other burger shop that was closed, but the logo of it kind of looked like the Mr. Beast Burger, and I thought that was it, but it wasn't.
Mm.
But yeah,
Mr. Beast Burger.
yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, another topic we wanted to just kind of touch in, just to, have fun is customer service. We both work in customer service, and
He deals with customer
it's
service.
interesting.
I deal with customer service plus making them stickers and
Yeah, Silver works at a sticker kiosk. I work at a mobile company in a contact center, and it's interesting. It gets interesting.
so here's your 101 on how to be a great customer service.
Well, from what we know, we're not experts.
We are expert.
No, we're not. Yeah. Tell us some of your experiences.
I think if any like foreigner, did I say that again? Did I say that great? Like foreigner.
Depends what you mean.
All right. Any foreigner that is trying, migrating over here to Puerto Rico, and you're looking for a job, and if it's customer service, you need to get used to getting insulted most of the lot because here in Puerto Rico, if you're fat, we're gonna call you fat in Spanish. If you're skinny,
Dude, that is so bad.
if
Why are you
if
trying to portray us like that?
what?
That's not true. Don't listen to that.
No, but if you're skinny, then we're gonna call you skinny. Sometimes cabrón. Sometimes other stuff. We have to get used to it because hey, well, because
I mean, it's more rough in the States, I would say. Here, I mean, people can be rough here, but, we're not that cruel. A fat guy goes up to you, you're going to say, hey, you're fat. No, you're not.
no, I say that no.
You said if you're fat, they're going to call you fat.
Okay, yeah.
What does that have to do?
I don't know. I'm just saying like, hey, you have to get used to it. I don't know.
Get to the point, so far.
Anyway, you have to get used to those type of slurred names and be like, well, okay, I'm that type of person that person describes me. Anyway, how may I help you? And then you just keep on going.
I mean, everywhere's going to be like that. You're always going to have someone, because a job is called a job because,
You have to do
you
your
work.
job.
Yeah. It's called work for a reason. It's work. You're not always going to get flattering customers.
Yeah, you're gonna get screaming ones.
It's going to happen eventually. You're going to have someone spicy on you and like come up to you and whatever. But yeah, the difference is he works at a mall, so he's with the customers face to face. That's the benefit about my job. I don't have people face to face, but I have worked in customer service where I have people face to face. But
Yeah.
and I used to work at the airport at arrivals for the COVID situation, and that was pretty crazy. You saw everything there.
I saw
Um,
everything.
But yeah, it's just interesting because we're texting all the time, and we just something happens to us at the jobs. We just as soon as we're free, we just tell each other about it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I just
Another-
got this person.
Another thing is that another advice, maybe for the people that are watching this, and they could be like, "Oh man, I'm going to like my new job. I don't know anything about customer service. Let me watch xtraversial's video." But
On your way to your job.
whenever a client escalating a type of situation, never go above the client's level. Like, don't get like all angry. Be like, if he's screaming, you should be screaming. No,
Yeah.
you have to talk calmly, even though that person can be a dick. You just have to calmly give them options of solutions, and if they don't like it, then there's nothing else I can do. I have
Right.
my, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Derecho a admisión.
The right of admission? Is that?
Yeah, right of admission to not serve the
I
client.
think, yeah.
I mean, of course, if you say that, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about respect, to be honest. Like, no matter, that's what you'll be taught in all these jobs. I mean, every job is different, every manager is different, but the reality is, just be respectful, basically. There may be jobs that aren't for you. For example, my job is not for everyone.
no."
Because, like, during the training, every once in a while, they would just tell us, don't take it personal. Because it's like, at least that's in my case. That would be different in Silver's case. It's like, when they're calling, like, angry, they're not angry at you. They're angry at, the company, basically. They're just, taking out their frustrations on you. And, unfortunately, you have to, like, be the one who gets all the load dumped on. And, it's basically... and that's the good thing about being in calls, not having the person face to face. It's a bit easier. You can make all the facial expressions you want. You can put yourself on mute and just like scream at the top of your lungs and whatever, and then come back to the call and be like, okay, calm. You can just be calm, and yeah.
It's okay.
A person can call angry, or a person can show up to the job like angry about something, and just for you being, respectful, having a friendly tone, and just helping out the person, you've made their day. And when you'll realize at the end of the conversation, they're just a whole different person. They're like super calm, and I've had a few people like that.
Me too.
They start the call angry, and they end the call, calm, just saying like, hey, I just want to say thanks and I'm sorry. You know, I had an example. I had this lady call, and it was on Thanksgiving. I was working on Thanksgiving, but I was doing like a 4 hour shift. And this lady was just going at it with me and just yelling, calling me names and whatever. And I just maintained my cool the whole time. Just
In that moment, did you like, as the person was like screaming at you, did you grab your dog and be like, "Man, I love you, Coco"?
I was in the office that day,
Okay.
but what was I saying? Yeah, cause that was in the office, and of course you're just like this, like, okay, let me just listen. And of course, like, you're gonna have people that are just gonna be blabbing, like this lady just complaining, yelling, and you're just like, okay, just sit there and listen first, and then it's like, okay, let me help you. But I maintained, because a it comes in aggressive, and if you maintain your level of cool the whole time, you'll notice like they'll just like drop. Some people they'll just be crazy the whole time. But yeah, this lady was just like yelling at me, insulting me, and stuff like that, and I was just like, this is kind of crazy happening on Thanksgiving Day. But at the end of the day, she told me she didn't believe in it. But she told me Happy Thanksgiving. It's like, oh, you as well. And she's like, no, I don't believe in that. I was like, oh, yeah. But yeah, anyways, I ended up, helping her. And then at the end of the call, she was like so calm. And then she apologized. She's like, I'm sorry, I've just had, a rough day and whatever. I was like, it's okay, so. And then that makes you feel better. At the beginning of the call, you just want to strangle this person and just throw something. And then at the end of the call, you just throw that out the window. But yeah. And I've had calls where, and it happens a lot, where I'm just trying to explain and they just talk on top of me. And I'm like, well, man, let me finish.
That's the worst thing.
You
Especially for people that work on restaurants or
Yeah.
anything like USPS. But any customer is gonna go at you and be like, "Oh, we're talking to you," when they're asking you questions. When you have the answer, they just keep talking
Yeah,
over
because
you.
like you're like telling something it's not something they want to hear, so they'll talk on top of you. It was like, if you let me finish, and then you finish and they're like, oh, okay. I was like, well, just listen, like, obviously we don't say this, but it's like, you shut up and listen. I heard you speak, now let me speak. And
Cállate.
there's people that have their own way with dealing with their customers, and that's like their way to do it. I've heard people that they talk kind of rough to the customers, and that's just the way they do it. But this is the way I do it. It's the way I was taught in doing it. It's the way I was raised. And just be nice. That's it. Because it's like, if the person is in a bad mood, and then you're also like, just being so dull towards the client's just gonna get more pissed. And my boss told me about that once. She was like, oh, there's this church's chicken near my house, and I don't go if I see this one lady working there, because every time I go, I could go and I'm like not in a good mood, and I'm ordering food, and I'm already being nice to the person, and the lady's just talking to me like, what do you want, this is okay, what else you want? And she was like, no, that's it, thank you for being so kind. So she, and it makes you think, it's like, you're right, because it's like, if I'm in a bad mood and I go somewhere and they, everyone there's just like super nice and uplifting and just super nice, it's like, it changes your mood. Like, it makes you feel just a bit better, so you never know when you can make a person's day. So
They can just start greeting in front of you.
Yeah, and I've had tons of people, and it feels good, when they, at the end of the call, they're like, you were very nice, like, thank you, like. And I've had people who are like, you know what, I spoke with another person today, and I went to this store, to the mobile store, and they were just so nasty with me, like, I didn't understand why, but you're just, so nice. I wish every time I called, I'd land with you. And I was like, damn, you just made my day, bro. So it's like, it feels good,
For me, well, in the vinyl kiosk thing at the mall, I have to be, well, I am a graphic designer, but I also have to give like advices for the customer. when it comes to like stickers and designs like that.
Right.
And whenever I, solve their solutions, like I really need like a sticker for my car, but I don't know what color, what size, and then
True.
it's like, oh well, let's start off. What's the color of your car? Do you want it to be
Yeah.
that, or do you want it to match the color of your, how do you say, aro?
Rim.
The
Rims.
rims of your car.
Yeah.
And if there's occasions where, of course, as a graphic designer, I could give them advice, but if they don't like it, then fine, that's whatever. But if something crosses my mind with a customer as they're telling me, oh, I want like these three colors for the back of my car, and they tell me like that the only two colors, primary colors from the car is blue and gray, and you want it to be red, yellow, and white. I have to tell them as like an advice, like, hey, I can make this for you, but it's not gonna look pretty then once it's like stick to your car. And they can get all happy. I like when it comes to like, I know you're gonna hate me, old people. Because when I solve their solution to their problem, they're like, oh yeah, like holding hands like this.
Yeah.
You touched that with your dick.
I had on my thigh.
Oh, okay.
Psych. I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
anyway. So yeah, like holding their hands, lo done. Here in Puerto Rico, uh, shit. We have a nickname for like old people. It's like don.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So it's like we shake their hands and it's like, oh yeah, we made their day. And sometimes they give you like a pat on the back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you have to have a lot of patience with old people.
Yes.
I get so many calls
Lots
from
of
old people.
patience.
Yeah. And again, it's not for everyone. Some people hate old people, like just hate them, and I just how I see it, and this is how I was raised, and how my boss, because my boss has talked to me about it. It's like, hey, a lot of these old people have no one to talk to.
That is true.
They just have no one to talk to, so you have an old person just talking to you about their life and about certain things. You're just like, oh my gosh. Just,
You better be ready for that. Whoever's
yeah.
watching this.
Again, patience.
Patience.
Because it's like, just sit along with it. And if you just go like, oh yeah, really? It's like, they'll be like, oh, this person is like into it. And you may be thinking, no, it's just going to make them talk more. I mean, like,
I have to say this as an advice for anybody. If that were the situation to where, an elderly, or maybe it's not an elderly, it could be somebody in their 40s or 30s,
right.
and they start talking to you and they get more personal. You don't know the person, you're not a psychologist, so maybe you should just kindly just tell them, hey, I know you want to talk about this with me, but thing is that I don't know you and I don't feel comfortable you telling me these things. So, can we stop having this conversation?
I mean, I don't know.
Because I had occasions where it's like they're talking to me a lot and then they're like relying to me, like getting more comfortable with me. And I have to stop, because I don't know them. And you shouldn't be telling like your personal stuff
Yeah.
to.
I guess it depends on the conversation, But if it's like, typical, they're just talking about their life or whatever, talking about something, they went to the army or whatever.
That's cool. I like
it's
those type of stories.
Just listen to them, because again, these people are bored as heck. They have no one to talk to, and probably you would be the only person they've talked to all day, all week, all month. So you start thinking about that, and you're like, damn, Yeah, it's kind of like emotional, but of course, there's always like crappy old people, but I've had a lot of old people. They're just, especially like sweet old ladies.
Yeah.
They're just so nice.
And
Yeah.
another thing, get ready when it comes to like serving like like older people. They always, how do you say in English? Siempre te dan la vuelta. If
They're always trying to like, I don't know, like,
okay, let's put an
I know
example.
what you're talking about.
What they want you can't do it because of certain reason, or
And
it's
they're just trying to like
go at it. Like you can have the client, okay, sorry, but I can't do this because reason. Oh, okay, 20 minutes, it's back. Oh, and if we do this, and then you're hearing them out, and it's like, still I can't. He goes away. Another 20 minutes has passed, and he's back again. Oh, and if we do this, get ready for that. You have to have a lot of patience. But it's like they don't want to give up. Obviously, they don't want to give up. Yeah. But once they find the solution, where okay, fine, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Honestly, just that's basically it. Lots of patience. If you're someone that doesn't have patience, then maybe look for a different job that doesn't require attending people or customer service, because that's the main thing. Being patient. Don't take it personal. And there's gonna be people that will go far. They'll take things personal, but as long as you maintain your calm, maintain that level of respect, then it'll be rewarding in the long run. You'll have like 99% of people just being grateful for your service, being grateful for like the type of person you are, and you'll get compliments. And for example, if you work at a store, if you work regularly, like at a
retail
like a retail store, whatever, people will come back just for you. They'll be like, "Is this person here?" And they'll just go straight to you. And
hi, how are you?
Yeah.
You remember me? 2 weeks ago, you helped me out with my problem.
Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah. Because in retail, in a lot of retail, you have to say like your name a lot, like for
to get the bonus,
like commission.
Commission,
and also just being friendly. And like a lot of customers, if they'll like you, they'll be like, "Oh, what's your name? What's your name? I mean, they'll ask you if they like you, and they'll ask you if they don't like you, so they can like report you or whatever. What's your name? What's your last name? Huh?
I don't like you because you have green eyes.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just if you're about to start a new job and it's customer service, you got this.
You got this. Don't cry.
You got the job for a reason. Remember that.
Exactly.
Just breathe in, breathe out.
Eat.
I was just gonna say that. Eat.
Drink some water.
Drink water.
Have some Advil for headaches.
Yep. And just be yourself. That's it. Just be nice. Be respectful. Have a lot of patience, and it'll work out in the long run. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, huh?
Yeah.
I think we did good in this episode. Pretty casual episode. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you'll be notified whenever we upload a brand new video. You can listen to the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Stop. Jesus. And yeah, follow us on social media. Follow the podcast on social media. All the links will be in the description below.
Tell your grandma.
And yeah, again, thank you guys for tuning in. And
we love you.
We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Bye.